what I want to do now is a game segment with you.
Okay.
In fact, can you give me like those music intros like pa pa ra pa pa pa?
I used to be a DJ.
Yeah, we'll see your skills now. So we'll do the introduction again. I'll let you know when you have to do it.
Okay.
So now we're gonna do a game segment.
Oh
Masterclass with Fahad Kaleem.
shit.
Thank you. One day we'll have an audience on this show
Inshallah.
Yeah.
I am a strong believer of that.
of audiences.
Yeah. And I am going to be.
An audience.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So in a masterclass with Fahad Kaleem, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to make a live TikTok video on the spot, and along the way we'll discuss what your thought process is when you make one,
Okay.
and any budding TikTokists.
TikTokers is what they like to call themselves.
That's the lingo,
Uh,
right? So they can watch this video and maybe get some tips from the master himself.
I wouldn't call myself a master.
All right. So the first thing is, do you make a video when you get an idea, or do you sit down and try to think of ideas and then shortlist it? What comes
It's-
first?
Both. So it's in equal distribution. Lately, it's mainly sitting down with a blank head and thinking. But the easiest ones, and mainly how it usually used to happen, was I would experience something and I would convert it into a skit. For example, my mom heard a Travis Scott song and she reacted to it funny. So I converted that into a skit. Mostly relatable experiences, but uh, you will hit rock bottom on those because every day is not possible to have one of those. So you need to sometimes sit down, get inspiration, watch content, scroll through TikTok for like hours before you can find something um, that's good and funny. It's not, it's both basically. You need to sit down and have a blank mind. You need to clear out your head. Sometimes you just need to get out, go out with your friends, go to the mall, be in a shop and experience something. You need to experience stuff to be able to create stuff.
Do you consciously make a decision to not offend anyone or not have topics that cover controversial topics like race, maybe? Or I also noticed that your content is not dated, so you don't usually make jokes about elections or an upcoming event or something like that. Your jokes are more about characters and everyday situations, very relatable. Something you see in a shop in the market that anyone can relate to. Is that a conscious decision or is just
I
so
just
natural?
live in my own bubble, I would say. So I don't keep up with the news as much. If something's happening and someone's told me, then I know about it. If I saw something on Snapchat or Insta stories, I know about it. I don't check the news, so to speak. To me, it's uh, my friends and family are my news bubble, you know. So that could be the reason why I don't make that much content on politics. But if I start, like, now you've just given me an idea, you know. Maybe next
I'll
video
send
is
you
on
my voice.
next idea is could be in the news. Maybe I'll have to do some research over there. But I recently made something on iPhone 12 Pro. So I'm a huge fan of iPhone. And I saw the Apple event. I don't watch it, but I saw it and I was like, you know what, let's make fun of this, because I was kind of pissed off at the new iPhone.
Well, which brings me to the first question: do you work on not offending people, or it's just the content that's important?
It's content. If it's very controversial, like when it's like discrimination or, so to speak, I don't know, it's getting racist. That's I tend to avoid anything like that. I mean, in some of my content, you will see that primarily Desi parents are what is being targeted, but then I'm Desi myself. So if anyone gets offended, I'm supposed to be offended first.
I'm not sure if that's how it works, but okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so so let's assume we're going to be building a TikTok video on the spot. So let's take a premise, a funny idea, putting you on the spot. Let's just say, okay, the premise is that we can't find parking in Dubai Mall. We'll roll with it until we come up with another premise. Okay, so you have an idea you're working with now, and you've shortened it down to the message that you want to convey. What do you do next? Do you think of the scene, or do you think of what character fits in best? Do you put the gin in there, or do you put your mom in there, put a pigeon in there? How
Okay.
does it work?
So you need to first find out. So I have to be in this situation. For example, I've been in this situation. I actually lost my car once in Dubai malls.
I think everyone
Small,
has.
like no, when I lost it like for a good 2 hours, and then the securities checked the cameras, and then they found my car. And what you would do is get the most relevant characters in that situation.
Yeah.
So that there goes your security guy, and then there's you, and you want to keep it very limited so people's focus goes very fast.
Is there a catch in putting in absurd characters? Like the Jinn doesn't fit in a parking, but there might be a comedy element to it.
I would put the Jinn over there if I can think of a plot twist. Like maybe the Jinn was the guy who drove my car off, you know?
Yeah, I like this video. Actually, we should make it.
You never know.
Yeah, you're looking for your car pop up, and suddenly the Jinn with a towel is.
Jinn pulls up with the car, and he was actually trying to find you, and while you were going in circles in the
I
city.
really like this idea. We should
And the security
for collabs.
yeah, and the security is just there, and then you play with the facial expressions. So just like this, you think of possible 2-3 outcomes of the story. You need an intro, and you need a ending. A video is pointless if it doesn't have these two things. Even though if the video is pointless, even with the intro and the ending, there still needs to be an ending. So usually the endings are the dumb facial expressions, you know?
Oh, that's the ending.
Yeah, literally that. And what helps enhance these ideas are the sounds you use. So it could be a viral TikTok song. So especially if you're on TikTok, you need to, and TikTok kind of has this algorithm that only shows you content that you like. So if I like funny content, that's all I see. I don't see little underage girls dancing on my For You page. I will see actual funny content. And from that, I can pick out songs that are trending right now on TikTok, specific to this whole skit phenomena. And then I can shortlist. I save like 4 or 5 songs, and I'll see what fits best. And then I'll try to time my scenes. So scene 1 is me searching for my car. Scene 2 is the security trying to reach out to me, like trying to help me. And then I could literally not say anything and do the whole thing. So what I do in my content is I just use my lips and my tongue movement. You know,
That's 3 puppies now.
imagine how many puppies have been killed
Yeah,
in
there's
the
a
past.
there's a whole funeral procession that's going out now.
I'm sorry, puppies.
Yeah,
My mom always called me a kutta. So
she knew what was happening. How you also take like really weird camera angles? You shake the camera a bit.
yeah, that's
Um,
all. That's all part of how I envision it. So in my eyes, if I take it from here, like it kind of makes me look ugly.
Yeah.
And I believe that I'm beautiful.
It only makes you look.
Yeah. So
Babo, you're beautiful.
when I kind of look ugly, like if I zoom in too much into my face and you see the big nose, for example, someone actually commented once that I have a big nose, and I know I have a big nose. You don't have to say that.
You're comfortable with your, for the lack of a better word, defects, flaws.
Yeah, I feel that if I show only that, people. So like that one kid who has to go and give the presentation first, and
I was that kid. Yeah, I
okay,
know.
and
it
everyone
very
is just
well.
everyone's very nervous.
Yeah.
In class. I don't want to do this. I'm kind of shy. But if that one kid goes first, and then you feel a little better because you see how it goes for him. So I feel like I'm that one kid who went and did the presentation first for everyone in every single video I've made. So they see me maybe F up, they see me with my improper angles or whatever, and they are able to more relate to it.
You have to be very secure to be able to do that.
Like I said, I used a lot of my negative energy, channeled it so it's helped me reach that stage.
Okay, so you got the character, got the premise, you put the camera angles, put the music, you put some filters into it. There are some occasions you put that Hindi soap opera like turundur.
So there's only one filter that I use.
Yeah.
It's the eye lens.
Yeah, why do you use that? Yeah.
Just so that people have something to comment about.
This is not my question. This is people have sent me the questions. I was like, I'm interviewing Fahad. What
No,
a
no,
question.
no.
Everyone's like, why the eye filter?
It's specifically to make people ask that question. When someone asks that question, I automatically warn the algorithm. When someone comments that or someone shares the video to talk about it, the algorithm is pumping my video up. And even though that's, it's like one of those subtle marketing techniques. So if you use something, it makes you stand out. It's like a USP. unique selling point.
Yeah, I know USP. Yeah. That's an interesting point you touched, and this I wanted to focus on was how do you make something go viral on social media? You have cracked it. You've had a lot of videos and posts and tweets that have gotten a good amount of traction, and this is something that everyone wants to do. This is the age where everyone wants attention and they want likes and they want people watching their stuff. What are some tips that you follow to make sure that your post reaches more people? I'm asking for myself as well. I think these videos hardly reach out to 5 people, so might be beneficial.
I think every audience has their own niche. Like every content has their own audience, their own niche. And out of my experience, you need to have your audience first. So what you have, those 5 people are the people who are going to go make you viral first. These 5 people, if they're hooked to your content, thank you. You just stole my spaceship.
These 5 people, if they hook to your content,
Uh, are the people who are going to help you go viral. So let's say these 5 people watch your video every day and they comment on it, they share it to one of their friends. They're one day going to become 7 people.
what would you say is your demographic, your audience?
I think I have like 50 people who regularly like watching me. Out of the views and out of the followers, whatever, there's 50 people who love watching me, and these are maybe mixed kids and adults. And some of them might be here in the UAE, some of them might be outside, but because on and off I will get like 10 people regularly talk to me about my content and give me feedback instantly, and then you also see the stats come in, so you know what's happening. So to go viral, I if there was a formula to go viral, then everyone would go viral every day. So there isn't, so to speak, a formula to do that. You have to figure it out. How did I go viral? I kept trying. I kept trying different things, different types of content. I was at that, so that robot shaking hand video that I did. I made it. It took me 3 cuts, like 3 takes. I gave my friend the camera and I was like, bro, we have to make this with this robot. There was no, so there's always that intention that I want this to blow up. Like that's like, low key, everyone wants that. But at the same time, I was like, this is funny and I know people are going to like it. I took it that night. I took that video. I put it on Premiere Pro. It took me 10 minutes overall, I would say, to finish the thing. It wasn't that big. I uploaded it on Twitter and immediately you could see that people were retweeting it, people were sharing it, and it's going viral. Why? Because it was simple and short. Usually that's okay. If you want to go viral really quickly, you need to make something that people will continue watching. Watch time is very important. If a building is on fire and if you make a video of that, it is more likely to go viral than if you take a video of a normal building. You want to find content that gets people hooked. Why do people like David Dobrik, Mo Vlogs get so many views? Because their content is ever going, like something's always happening. If you watch their videos, Mo Vlogs is always showing something new in the luxury world, for example. David Dobrik's vlogs are crazy. It starts off and the frame never ends. Like there's something crazy going on. Any video that ever goes viral, it's something that you would watch till the end. And what helps you go viral on these platforms? So how do these platforms, how does TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook make money? Is the more time people spend on the application, the more money they make. So if you get a content on their application that can keep people hooked to that platform, they're going to push your content out there. Whether that's the most cringiest Charlie D'Amelio dances or it's a guy on a skateboard, they're going to push your content out there. They're going to make you that, influencer that makes millions of dollars. They don't care because you're getting them millions of people around the world hooked to their application in a way. So if you are, and I think many people have lost their path as creators of content trying to do that, just to get that attention. They will do anything and they will create anything that gets them the views. And they're becoming more platform oriented rather than content oriented. And that's why today in this world, we have very less original content creators who are actually funny or who are actually original, I would say. I come across a few people from across the world who aren't getting those many views, but their content is so genuine and basic, and they have like a few people, and I know tomorrow they're going to blow up. Like Ray William Johnson on YouTube in the past. I don't know if he even today makes TikToks, by the way, and he's got millions of followers there. And his content is his. It's him. Be you.